Today in the news, we have all kinds of info on Raptor Lake and Intel's upcoming GPUs. What's up guys, I'm Snows, and this is your boot sequence. Alright, so let's talk Intel. And boy was there a lot that came out in the last couple of days. That's because the company had their investor meeting for 2022, and of course this is where Intel's marketing side needs to shine. So what did we get? Well, a lot. Let's start with the CPU side of things. First, we got confirmation that Raptor Lake, the 13th generation of high-end desktop CPUs from Intel, will have 24 cores and 32 threads. That's 8 performance cores with 16 threads and 16 efficient cores with 1 thread each. The core count is nothing new, but now it's official from Intel. Raptor Lake will also be compatible with the Alder Lake platform, so no need to buy a new motherboard if you come from an Alder Lake platform. And that's pretty cool, since it also means that your DDR4 memory will still be compatible with another generation. Then it looks like overclocking will also have some enhancements, which is fine, and we have compatibility with AI M.2 modules. Now that is an interesting topic, but we'll talk about it in another video since AI memory modules is a brand new thing. SK Hynix has something similar coming up for GPU memory, so I'll catch up on it and then have a video ready for you guys. Now, what about performance? Well, compared to Alder Lake, I'm actually a little bit worried. The up to double-digit performance boost here means that we're probably looking at a lot closer to just a 10% boost of performance maximum, or at least it means that it's not consistently above 10% enough for them to state a double-digit performance increase. Remember, there was no up to double-digit between Rocket Lake and Alder Lake. Intel just said double-digit. Hopefully, they're talking about a core-for-core or SKU-for-SKU comparison, like they're comparing the 16-core Raptor Lake versus the 12900K, which is a 16-core Alder Lake. If not, Intel is kind of in serious trouble. Past that, the company gave us some sneak peeks at the future generations, and that, my friend, is where things are going to get pretty interesting. First, we got confirmation of the names, which is Meteor Lake for the 14th generation in 2023, and Arrow Lake for the 15th generation in 2024. Now, these CPUs will use a couple of different process nodes because it's basically going to be the first Intel Tile design. So we have Intel 4, which is used to be called their 7nm process, and Intel 20A, which is going to bring two big changes to how processors are made. First is RibbonFET, which comes in to replace FinFET with a smaller footprint. Basically, instead of fins spread along horizontally on the silicon, it's almost like they're stacking them up like ribbons. The second change is Power Vias, which moves the entire power signaling area to the bottom of the transistor for better heat and power efficiency. It's pretty cool stuff. They're also going to bring in an external manufacturers for other chiplets. They also touched on Lunar Lake, but that's for 2024 and further, so a little too far to have anything concrete. So we got more info on the CPU side of thing, but it doesn't bode well for Intel's near future with that 10%, double-digit figure. I mean, Zen 4 is rumored to have something like a 20% IPC increase. Like, wow, Intel, 10%'s not enough. So that's the CPU news, but what about, the good stuff, the Intel GPUs? Well, let's start with Alchemist, and it's not that great of news. If you thought that Intel would, swoop in and produce enough GPUs to cover a big gap in the market, it looks like the company itself just confirmed that it wouldn't be the case. Raja Koduri, the graphics frontman of Intel, confirmed that the company would ship about 4 million plus GPUs into the market this year. Now that might sound like a lot, but to put it into perspective, about 40 million GPUs were shipped in 2021, and that number is for sure going to be higher in 2022. So even with 2021 numbers, that's only a 10% increase in GPUs floating around. And that 4 million GPU figure that Intel gave, that's including the mobile market too. So while there will be Intel GPUs on the market, they're going to be pretty rare. As for the performance, Intel is not targeting the super high performance market just yet. With this chart, and of course the information given by Intel, the company is planning to inch its way to the highest end market generation after generation. This is a bit arbitrary, but with Alchemist, Intel will be on the performance segment. With Battlemage, they'll get into the enthusiast grade market, and with the 3rd generation Celestial family of GPUs, Intel is expected to reach the top of the line market. Now, if you look right here, you can see that Battlemage will last as long as Meteor Lake and Next Gen. Next Gen meaning Arrow Lake. So it looks like they're going to get on the same 1.5 to slightly over 2-year cycle for GPU releases like pretty much everyone else. All in all, a lot was confirmed in the investor meeting, but hopefully you've enjoyed my rundown. Don't forget to drop a like if you liked it, a comment if you want to talk about today's, well, rundown of Intel stuff. As usual, you can click right here to see the latest video, right here to subscribe to the channel. Stay frosty, my dudes, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.